This is what Donald Trump Jr. himself had to say after a day of speculation about his emails.
In retrospect, I probably would have done things a little differently. Again, this is before the Russia mania. This is before they were building it up in the press. For me, this was opposition research. They had something, maybe concrete evidence to all the stories I'd been hearing about, but they were probably underreported for, years, not just during the campaign. So I think I wanted to hear it out. But really, it went nowhere, and it was apparent that that wasn't what the meeting was actually about.
A U.S. newspaper was about to publish this email chain, but then Donald Trump Jr. beat the newspaper to it. In it, a business associate of Donald Trump says the Russian government wished to supply the Trump campaign with information that would incriminate Hillary Clinton and her dealings with Russia. He added that this was part of the Russian government's support for Mr. Trump. Donald Trump Jr. replied, "If it's what you say, I love it." A meeting with a Russian lawyer took place at Trump Tower last June. Donald Trump Jr. says he received no incriminating information, and the lawyer denies she was working for the Kremlin. But Trump's story had shifted on Monday from saying he'd never met with Russians about the election campaign to suggesting that such meetings to get dirt on opponents in political campaigns was routine. That was the White House line on Monday as well, the deputy press secretary pointing to the Clinton campaign's work with the Ukrainian government in an attempt to dig up ties between Donald Trump and the Russians. At an off-camera White House press briefing on Tuesday, the White House deputy press secretary alluded to that again, but referred all questions about the email chain to the outside legal counsel now retained by both Donald Trump Jr. and his father. The president did release this statement, though. "My son is a high-quality person, and I applaud his transparency." Differing opinions were expressed on Capitol Hill.
It is absolutely not only a breach of norms, but a breach of civic responsibility to the country. If you get approached by a foreign government offering to interfere in a presidential election, you go to the FBI.
The Washington media obsession with Russia, I think, is completely disconnected with where the American people are.
Lawyers debated whether there was any evidence of wrongdoing.
Certainly the evidence is there to justify continuing to investigate, but still not enough to be definitive about what the law ought to do.
Several investigations are underway attempting to ascertain what, if any, connection the Trump campaign had with Russia and if any laws were broken. Shihab, Rattansi, Al Jazeera, Washington.